What if the United States had decided to sit out World War II? How would the world map look today? Would Europeans be speaking German? Would African countries have gained their independence sooner? These are not just idle questions, but a voyage into a hypothetical scenario that could have radically altered the course of history. Imagine a world where the United States, following its staunch isolationist policy, decides not to get involved in the global conflict. Europe is left to fend off the Axis powers on its own. Without the industrial might and manpower of America, the Allies struggle to hold their ground. The German war machine, already steamrolling across Europe, becomes an unstoppable force. In this scenario, it's conceivable that the Germans could have won the war in Europe. This would mean that German would become the dominant language across the continent. The Nazi regime would have imposed its ideologies and policies on the conquered lands, leading to a vastly different socio-political landscape. But what about Africa? During the time of the Second World War, many African countries were still under European colonial rule. If the European powers were weakened or defeated, it's plausible that these nations could have seized the opportunity to fight for their independence. They might have gained their freedom earlier than in our timeline. However, without the influence of the United States on the global stage, the process of decolonization might have taken a different path, with unforeseen consequences. The economic fallout of this alternate history would be equally drastic. Without the war to pull it out of the Great Depression, the United States might have remained an economic laggard. On the other hand, a victorious Germany would have become the dominant economic power in Europe, if not the world. In the Pacific, it's likely that Japan, unchecked by American intervention, would have expanded its empire further. This would have reshaped the political and economic dynamics of the region, potentially leading to a different balance of power in Asia today. But these are all speculations based on a single change in the historical timeline. History is a complex web of interconnected events and decisions. A single change can cause a ripple effect, altering the course of events in unpredictable ways. It's a fascinating thought experiment, but one that underscores the importance of the choices made by nations and their leaders. In summary, if America had not joined World War II, the world as we know it would be vastly different. Europe might be under German influence. Africa could have seen an earlier decolonization, and the global economic and political landscape would have been altered. But as with all hypothetical scenarios, it's impossible to say for sure. What's certain is that the decision of the United States to join the war was a pivotal moment in history, shaping the world in ways we are still grappling with today.